Boy Who Cried Wolf. A character that's not very well known over here, Hanky-Don, who's a really goofy looking little fish guy, and he was the Emperor's New Clothes. And one of the characters, a cute little puppy dog, who could not at all have been influenced by Snoopy. Anyway, Pochacco, who was Jack and Jack and the Beanstalk. And I got to be Pochacco, which was super, super awesome for me, but not that great for my bank account. Because now, in addition to you know, compulsively buying all of these Hello Kitty items to put in my bathroom, I now needed to purchase every single Pochacco item that had ever been made. And yeah, that was a really desperate need that I had there to do that. Very, very bad. But so I do have a lot of Pochaccos, a lot of Pochacco stuff. So you just want to see my little phone charm right there. On my phone. So that was awesome. And like I said, the show was, there's four volumes of the show. So we're doing volume 2, and I'm writing the scripts, and you know, all new stories again. And of course, more auditions for the characters in the show. And there's a Aesop's fable called The Golden Axe and the Silver Axe. And it's a story about honesty. And there's this little monkey, Monkichi, that plays like the title role, the Golden Axe and the Silver Axe. And you may already guess that I got to play the role of Monkichi, the monkey. So, yeah, and in fact, when I was at Pearland, one of the things that they have is you can make your own character goods. And so there were these little signs that you make, and I mean, really you don't make them. I mean, you just like personalize and like put your own name on there. But there was a little, like a Monkichi wall hanging thing, and I put on there, it says Tiffany's room. So I have a little personalized Monkichi thing that says Tiffany's room. A little pink button. It's very cute. He doesn't always wear a Santa hat, and his other pink thing on his cheek fell off, so you just have to imagine that it's there. He's been to a lot of cons. So like, this is the Easter Pochacco, and here's the Christmas Monkichi thing. There you go. So that was awesome. And so that was volume 2. And then I got to write the scripts for volume 3. And again, you know, more fairy tales. And one of the stories in that was Drake's Tale, which is kind of a lesser-known European fairy tale. And Drake's Tale is starring a duck, of course. And they're super excited. So there was this character, Peckle the duck. This is actually a cell phone holder thing. There we go, something like that. So there you go. So Peckle the duck, anyway, in this story called Drake's Tale, and he had to sing this song called the Quack Quack song. And because I can't write music, I had to adapt all the lyrics for all the songs. There were a lot of songs in the series. I had to write all the lyrics for the songs. And I called the director and I left her a voicemail of me singing the Quack Quack song, and she called me back and she said, "You're going to play Peckle the duck." Oh. At which point my husband went over to her and said, "Stop casting her in this show! We're going to be bankrupt." Yeah, so it's pretty bad. So now I own like extreme vast quantities of Peckle and Monkichi and Pochacco merchandise. It's pretty bad, actually. And luckily for me, I did not find that much of it while I was in Japan, because it would seriously be bad. But I do want to bring out my labels. They're actually stamps. You open it up and there are little stamps inside there. But absolutely, we got labels. They wobble, but they don't fall down. And one of my very, very favorite all-time ever character goods that I have, which is for Monkichi, and it's a cigarette lighter, yay! Because obviously when your children are smoking, you want them to have cute cigarette lighters with little cartoon characters on them. It's awesome. It's an actual licensed Sanrio product there, so no, it's not a bootleg item. Very, very awesome. And just, I want to just bring this to prove that I will buy anything that has my characters on there, because I don't know what these are. Just so you know. Here, these are some deals on a string, and this one is Pochacco, and here's one that's Monkichi, and I bought these at some Chinatown mall. They're licensed items. in Toronto. And it's this little net pouch with a zipper, and I think you can fit like a quarter in there. They're very small. I don't know what they're for, but they were $6, so I had to have them. I only bring them to this panel to show what a goof I am. And there you are, so very, very strange. And as luck would have it, Peckle did actually come back in volume 4 of the series. It was The Ugly Duckling, which was a little bit strange because, as you may know from having heard this story, he's not actually a duck. He's a swan. So for the first part of the story, he kind of looks like Peckle, and then at the end, you know, when he looks in the water and realizes he's a swan, it's actually a swan, but it's still Peckle's voice. A little bit weird, but yeah, so since Peckle did come back in the 4th volume, my bank account was spared from having to, you know, buy merchandise for any more characters there. But anyway, I like to bring out Badtz-Maru just because I like Badtz-Maru, and I didn't play Badtz-Maru or anything, but Badtz-Maru was awesome. The other story he was in was the ant and the grasshopper, and because he can't really play an ant or a grasshopper, he was just a friend of the grasshopper who partied all year long while the ants were working. And you know, that was kind of his thing, but